I just watched the sixth episode of Stranger Things season 5. And in this episode, I feel like the story is finally starting to get moving. I mean, in the fifth episode, let's face it, there wasn't a lot of action and we wanted more action, considering this was a two-part season and all that. But in the sixth season, some stuff does happen, although for me, Vecna's master plan not being shown yet is a bit frustrating. I feel like at this point we should know exactly what he's doing and how he's going to do it and what he's going to use the kids for and how they all go together in this plan. But anyway, we do get some stuff. I mean, we realize that we find out that the upside down is actually a sort of bridge or a wormhole or something like that that's connecting two worlds. And my guess is that other world is probably another time or something. Maybe Vecna's trying to go back to the past and change things or something like that. And he needs the kids to do it. But that's my guess. So, anyway, what's going on with everyone else? Well, Will's unconscious after his fight with Vecna. And Mike and Eleven and Hopper and Will, they're all together again. So the four teams are now turned into three teams. And one team's turned the upside down. You know, the one with Dustin, Steve, Jonathan, Nancy. And then there's the other team, that's Max and Holly. Now, they're trying to escape from Vecna as he's chasing them. And they're also trying to figure out a way to get out. And they find a way to do that. And then what else happens? Well, Eleven does her thing again with the bath and all that. And she manages to get Will out of the sort of trance that he was in. And they also figure out that Max, who wasn't actually in a coma, she's actually in a trance. And I feel like they should have figured that stuff out earlier. But anyway, Vecna uses Will to find Max. And I didn't realize it would be that difficult for him to find Max. But anyway, he finds out where Max is. And he sends the Demogorgons to the hospital to attack her. But they find out, but Will and Eleven figure that out. I mean, Eleven figures that out from Will. And then they warn the others and they try to escape the Demogorgons that are attacking. Wait, are these actually Demogorgons? I mean, these are the running type, type like dogs. But anyway, those things. They're attacking, and as it turns out, Mrs. Wheeler's awake now, and she takes the Demogorgons out using a canister of some sort of gas, I guess, maybe oxygen or something. And while that is awesome, I mean, her just walking up, even though she's struggling and doing all that stuff, is a bit unbelievable, considering the state that she was in. But anyway, she's okay now. So she's back in the story. And at the end of the episode, we see Holly and Max figuring out how to get out using Vecna's memory. And then they both talk, and Holly's scared because she has to go by herself because she's actually in the upside down somewhere. And Max is in the real world. So she's gonna be by herself when she wakes up. And Max calms her down, and I gotta be honest, the Holly character, I really like the way she acts. The facial expressions, the way she acts like a child and all that, it's really good. She's doing a really good job with the facial expressions and all that stuff. I really like it. And I feel like she's probably gonna be a great actress when she really grows up. Because when you just notice her expressions, they're kind of on point. You really like seeing her scenes because of that. Now, and after they talk and Max calms her down, and they her portal actually opens after Max calms her down. Before it was just Max's portal, and at the end of the episode, both of them run towards their portals, and well, Holly, she's gonna probably reach there anyway. I wasn't doubtful of that, but Max, it seems like she's finally gonna make it out, and at the end when she's talking to Holly, I was like, come on, speed it up and get out of here before Vecna shows up again. I mean, this is the third time they're gonna try and escape. She's gonna try and escape, and I was really worried that she wasn't gonna be able to do it. But at the end of the episode, we see both of them running, and we see the same music again. And Max, it seems like she's about to reach the portal and get to the other side, but that's where the episode ends. And we hear a sort of beeping sound from a heart monitor, I think. And that's where it ends, and that's a bit annoying, but I'm guessing she's gonna wake up in the next episode. And I guess since all these episodes are coming out together, it's not a big deal. But yeah, it seems like Max is gonna be awake again, so I guess Max isn't one of the characters that are gonna die in this season. Which brings me to something else that happened in the episode. There was a scene with Jonathan and Nancy, and they finally break up after talking to each other and sharing their feelings and all that. And I thought that one of them was gonna die, or both of them were gonna die. But it seems like they were gonna die. That wasn't that kind of situation anyway. And that's great, but I feel like we are expecting a few main characters to die in the final season, and I'm wondering when that's gonna happen. I mean, there's just 2 episodes left, so are they all gonna die in the final episode? I guess that could happen, considering how long the final episode is. But I feel like if one of them, if they're gonna die anyway, if they died earlier, it would have more of an impact or something. But I don't know, maybe it's gonna happen in the next episode or whatever. And maybe that, and we still not sure who the characters are that are gonna be dying. I'm worried that it might be Steve. I really don't want Steve to die. And the rest of them, honestly, I don't want any of them to die, but I guess some of them dying probably would have a more of an impact to the story. But Max seems like she's gonna get out, and that's honestly really awesome. Because everything that she's been through and all, her character surviving, honestly, I'm really happy about that. But yeah, that's how the episode ends, and well, I guess the next episode, we're probably finally gonna see Vecna's plan, and I'm guessing that in that episode, at the end of it, Vecna's gonna succeed with his plan. And then the team is gonna have to try and stop him or reverse it or whatever. And that's probably why the final episode is gonna be really long. So yeah, the next episode's probably gonna be a big one. So I'll get back to you after I watch that episode.